never go into the whispering jungle alone.
Deep in the heart of the Amazon, the Rodriguez family embarked on a camping adventure. 11-year-old Carlosa, helping his dad with the tent. 7-year-old Miguel was already scanning the trees with his binoculars, while little 4-year-old Sofia clutched her teddy bear, her eyes wide with wonder. The next morning, eager to explore, the 3 siblings ventured out while their parents organized the camp. Carlos led the way, feeling like a seasoned explorer. Miguel pointed out colorful birds, and Sofia gathered pretty flowers, their small expedition taking them deeper and deeper into the emerald wilderness. They followed what they thought was the trail back, but soon, nothing looked familiar. The towering trees all seemed the same. Carlos nervously checked his compass, which just spun uselessly. Miguel's binoculars only showed an endless sea of green leaves. Sofia, sensing their fear, began to sniffle, her tiny lip quivering. As the sun began to set, casting long, spooky shadows, they huddled together on a fallen log. Carlos tried to be brave for his younger siblings, but inside, he was just as scared. Miguel's stomach rumbled, a loud reminder they had missed lunch. Then, Sofia's sniffles turned into quiet sobs for their mama and papa. Suddenly, a rustling in the bushes made them freeze. They held their breath, expecting a jaguar or a giant snake. But instead, a familiar red, furry face popped out, followed by a high-pitched giggle. It was Elmo. Before they could even process the shock, Cookie Monster appeared beside him, happily munching on some jungle berries. The children just stared, completely bewildered. Then, from behind a massive tree, Ernie and Bert emerged, bickering playfully about the proper way to greet visitors. It was impossible. But there they were, their favorite Sesame Street puppets, alive and well, in the middle of the Amazon jungle. The puppets, sensing the children's shock and relief, smiled warmly. They led the amazed trio down a hidden path, revealing a breathtaking village nestled high in the canopy. Rope bridges connected whimsical tree houses, decorated with flowers, glowing with a soft, inviting light. It was a magical puppet paradise. Cookie Monster eagerly showed them his kitchen, where he baked delicious berry tarts. Ernie demonstrated his jungle shower, a clever contraption under a small waterfall. Bert proudly presented his impressive collection of rare jungle plants, and Elmo giggled as he pointed out the village playground, complete with vine swings and a mossy slide. As night fell, the puppets explained their story. They had lived peacefully in this hidden corner of the jungle for years, learning to live in harmony with nature. They saw that the children were lost and scared and promised to help them find their way home. But first, they would teach them how to survive. Bert, ever the practical one, taught them to build a sturdy shelter from large leaves and branches. To everyone's surprise, little Sophia was the best at weaving the leaves together, her small fingers working with surprising skill. They all worked together, their fear slowly replaced by a sense of purpose. Next, Ernie led a fun expedition to find fresh water. He taught them how to spot clean streams and filter water, turning the lesson into a game with silly songs that made everyone laugh. For dinner, Cookie Monster became their guide to the jungle's pantry. He showed them which fruits and berries were safe and delicious, and together they prepared a jungle feast. As they ate, he explained the importance of knowing what to eat in the wild. That night, gathered around a small, safe campfire, the puppets shared incredible stories of their jungle adventures. Tucked into their cozy leaf shelter, the children felt safe and warm, the puppets' gentle voices lulling them into a peaceful sleep. The next morning was all about teamwork. Elmo organized a series of fun games that required them to cooperate and trust each other. They learned that working together not only made tasks easier, but also much more fun. Their confidence grew with every challenge they conquered. Then came the navigation lessons. Bert taught Carlos how to read natural signs, the way moss grows on trees, the position of the sun. Miguel learned to use his binoculars not just for bird watching, but for spotting distant landmarks. and Sophia learned to recognize specific, unique trees that could serve as trail markers on their journey back. With their new skills, the puppets announced it was time to go home. They knew the way, but they wanted the children to lead, to turn this rescue into a true adventure. Their first challenge came in the form of a large, but harmless, iguana sunning itself on the path. Sophia froze, but Elmo gently showed her how beautiful and calm the creature was, helping her overcome her fear of jungle animals. Soon, they reached a babbling stream. Working as a team, they laid fallen logs across it, creating a makeshift bridge. Everyone had a role, and they cheered each other on, their bond growing stronger with each step. They faced a steep hill, and it looked impossible to climb. But Bert, with his calm wisdom, showed them how to find the safest footholds. Cookie Monster provided motivation with timely snack breaks of sweet jungle fruits, and Ernie kept their spirits high with his endless supply of funny songs. It was then that Miguel made a breakthrough. Peering through his binoculars, he spotted a familiar rock formation near their campsite. He shouted with excitement, his new skills making him feel like a true hero. He could lead the way. Their path then led to a small ravine, bridged only by a single, massive, fallen log. It looked scary, but little Sophia, who had been the most fearful, walked across with a steady, brave confidence that amazed her brothers. Elmo cheered for her from the other side, his voice full of pride. At a fork in the trail, Carlos confidently took charge. Combining his compass with the natural science Bert had taught him, he chose the correct path, his leadership shining through. He was no longer the annoyed older brother, but a responsible and capable guide. Then they heard a faint sound carried on the breeze. It was their parents' voices, calling their names through a megaphone. A wave of excitement and relief washed over them. They were almost home. The puppets smiled, but their eyes were a little sad. It was time to say goodbye. They explained that their village had to remain a secret, but the lessons of courage, friendship, and teamwork would stay with the children forever. The siblings hugged each of their furry, colorful friends, their hearts full of gratitude. They emerged from the tree line just as their frantic parents spotted them. The reunion was a tearful storm of hugs and happy cries. From the edge of the jungle, hidden by the leaves, the puppets watched, their mission complete. Back at the campsite, the children excitedly recounted their incredible adventure with the talking puppets. Their parents smiled, assuming it was a fantastical story their kids had invented to cope with being lost. But as they packed up to leave, Carlos helped navigate the trails. Miguel pointed out wildlife with expert eyes, and Sophia explored bravely on her own. Their parents were truly impressed by their newfound confidence. Just as their car pulled away, the children looked back at the jungle one last time. There, at the very edge of the trees, they saw Elmo, Cookie Monster, Bert, and Ernie waving a final, secret goodbye. It was a magical moment, a silent confirmation that their adventure had been real. On the ride home, the siblings looked at the passing jungle with a new sense of respect and wonder. And back in the city, long after the camping trip was over, the memory of their puppet friends and the lessons they learned in the Amazon would stay with them, guiding them through all the new adventures life had in store. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing stories.